it's a different camera positioning for this video, but that's just because I wanted to get all these cool things in here. You can't really see them with the quality, but as well at least. I got my hair trimmed, but let's not worry about that. But right here, just before we start the review, I got Spooderman there. And then I got Iron Patriot Bobblehead, who is now War Machine, but who cares. And then we got like the silver Iron Man from Iron Man 2, I believe it was. Isn't this an Iron Man 2? I believe it was. But yeah, it's Iron Man. And then we got probably my favorite one. It's Captain America, which is Trusty's shield. Which actually I can take off, so it works. I bought it for like $8. It was a good deal. But okay, let's get on to the review now. Once I get his shield back in, I'm not gonna cut any of this out because you need to understand the process of making a video like this. It's not the most fun thing. Now I have to take all these back upstairs, but they're gonna be in the background for this video. So Captain America. Fuck yeah! Okay, I'm kidding. Captain America, Civil War, is the highly anticipated movie. Directed by the Russo brothers once again, who directed Winter Soldier. And it's a continuation of Winter Soldier. It's a sequel. It's not an Avengers sequel. It kind of is, but it's not. It is a Captain America movie still. And this time around, we have the government wanting to control all these superheroes and because they cause death, and some of them don't feel right about this. Like Iron Man is like, we should do something about this. We need to be control. Captain America is like, no. Where does it stop once they start? And now we got two clashing sides, and all the Avengers have to pick a side, and they're fighting. And that is why, well, not why, but that is a cool little plot and something that I loved about Civil War. I love Civil War. It's probably my favorite movie of the year so far. It was, it had great action. Like, it's probably the best action in Marvel history. It had perfect performances once again. I mean, everyone's always good. Visuals are great. I mean, Spider-Man. We're going to talk about Spider-Man for a second here. Tom Holland as Spider-Man was so cool. He's my favorite on-screen Spider-Man so far. Without a doubt. I love him more than Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. I like him more than both. Tom Holland is my favorite. And you don't get too much of him here, but there's not really a particular reason about it. But we're getting our own Spider-Man movie soon, so don't worry about that. It's just an introduction. And Black Panther, I'll talk about Black Panther. Black Panther was really cool. I didn't know much about Black Panther, so having his little origin type, not origin story, but not gonna spoil it, but revenge type story in here, it worked. I'm not gonna say anything besides that. Keep in mind, this is a non-spoiler review, no spoilers here. But the movie looks fantastic. It's directed very well by the Russo brothers. As I said, the action is fantastic. I loved it. It's exciting. It's humorous. It has great humor in it. Like, perfect. It's very funny, and it has some very crowd-pleasing moments. We'll talk about those in my spoiler review, which isn't going to be out for a couple of weeks, because the movie didn't come out for like 3 weeks from today, so yeah, you're going to have to wait for that video if you've already seen it, but I doubt you have, because not many people have seen it yet, but getting off track there. But first and foremost is the Captain America Winter Soldier sequel. So we got the relationship of Bucky and Cap in here, and it's done very well once again. It's, as I said, it's a continuation of Winter Soldier, so it's the same like duo there, because I mean they kind of had a thing in Winter Soldier for a little bit there, not for long. Because, well, I'm not gonna go into Winter Soldier spoilers either. It's hard to talk about this movie without spoilers, but we're gonna power through this thing. I can do this. But they had great camaraderie, and it's a very interesting kind of twist around the end that I really liked involving Winter Soldier, and it was cool. I liked it. It worked, and I understand why both of the sides felt the way they did. At times, I felt conflicted on what side I was on, because I went in going Team Cap, and I came out going Team Cap. I was a little conflicted. Now that I think about it more, I'm still on I'm definitely in Team Cap, but Iron Man had some good points in there. I'll say that much. But that's all I can say about that, because then I'll get into the whole fight thing. Speaking of the fight, though, without any fights, I guess, without telling you anything about them, they're done perfectly. The airport scene is the best part of the whole thing. It's the most entertaining scene in the movie. It's the funniest. It's the most crowd pleasing. It is just awesome. I love this movie. It is so good, but it has one flaw. One for me, at least. Didn't like the villain. There was a main antagonist in this movie. I didn't like him. He was boring. He was just kind of bleh. He was just kind of there to be there. He didn't really need to be there. I mean, he sets up the characters to reach like these certain places in the story that they could have just reached on their own with what was a different route, I guess. You understand what I mean when you see the movie, and that's the one thing I didn't like about this movie. Besides that, I love this movie. It was very well paced, very well directed, great action, great performances. It was a great Marvel movie, and probably my favorite Marvel movie to date. And I'm gonna give Captain America: Civil War an A. It is a great movie. I can't get it to A plus. I want it to, but I can't. I'll save A plus for something even more special. Hopefully this year. I only gave one last year, so we'll see what happens, I guess. But yeah, I love this movie even more than Deadpool, so I can tell you something. But I see Civil War when it comes out, but you probably were going to anyway, so it's kind of meaningless to tell you to go see it. But yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Marvel fan. I love Marvel and I love these characters, and it impressed me very much. I was not let down by this movie at all. That's my review of Captain America: Civil War. Yeah, go see the movie. It's great. I loved it. And for future reviews, I don't know if I'll get Criminal or Barbershop the next cut up. I don't know if I might see them. I don't know if I'll review them, but I might see them. I don't know. Check out my letterbox if you wanna see possibly read reviews of those. I have a lot of written reviews and stuff there for you to enjoy. But yeah, I take all these upstairs now, so hope you enjoy the review. Leave a like. I know I'm looking at the monitor too much, not the camera, but yeah, so that's my review of Captain America: Civil War. So